So lately it feels like my wife and I have been running a small doggy daycare, taking business away from my lucky dog, unfortunately. But a few weeks ago,
Unreal.
we went to a wedding on a Friday, and the bride and groom, we offered to dog sit for them for the weekend. So his name's Jackson. He's a husky golden retriever mix. He's a very good boy. We've dog sat for him before. While we were at our apartment, so he knows Chase, he knows Jen, he knows me. He didn't know Stevie, which is my smaller, newer dog. And so we were worried that they wouldn't get along, but it was great. They met and they got along like gangbusters. Everything's going smoothly, right? So we figured it's going to be, a no big deal for a couple of days. And then nighttime comes, and all three dogs pile into bed with us. No, that's not going to happen. So we kick two of them out. There's no kicking Chase out of bed. And when I tell you, neither of us got any sleep that night. Neither of us got any sleep. We both woke, like, Jackson, again, very good boy. I hate talking shit about him. But in our nice carpeted, white carpeted bedroom, he threw up 5 times and took one gigantic, big wet shit that was stretched across our bedroom. So here I am at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, cleaning. I did a pretty good job cleaning all this shit up. Like, you can barely tell that it happened, but I know it's still there. It really goes up my ass that it was there. But he just had a rough night, and I figured, sleeping in a new place, he woke up in the middle of the night, got nervous, didn't know where he was, and made himself sick or something like that. But oh my God, what a night! And then. So I've been working from home, and Jen has to go in every day. So I had to watch all 3 dogs for a few days during the week. And so Jen leaves, and like not 5 seconds after she leaves, does he take another gigantic shit, at least on the hardwood floor in the kitchen. And then I'm in the bathroom, like getting the cleaning products and stuff to clean it up. And what does he do? He comes in there and throws up 3 more times at my feet.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
at that point, I'm like, what is he sick? Like, what do I do? But
Yeah.
like, he's like, like, he's fine. He's just a nervous dog. And so my mom's retired, and I asked her to come up and help me because I had worked that day. So to come up and watch the dogs. So she comes up, and she was in her glory because she loves Chase and Stevie, and she loves dogs. But from then on, like, he was a very good boy. Just a night of absolutely zero sleep with this dog. Brutal.
Sounds like fun.
But I've got another one here this week, and she is very familiar with me and Jen and Chase and Stevie. We used to watch her all the time when we had an apartment. She lived across the hallway, and sometimes we had a key to the girl across the hallway's apartment. Sometimes I just go in there and get Bella. Her name is Bella. I just go in there and get her after work. So she'd come home from work and be like, "Where's my dog?" And so she was hanging out with me and Chase at our apartment. So she's been very good.
Well, if you ever want to send it, My Lucky Dog's way, we'll split it 90-10.
Oh, great.
If you want to just go around and steal people's dogs, we can start a nice little ring of...
At 90-10, I'm still making more money than I'm making now.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
fine with me.
We can start a nice little,
Little dog
criminal
napping business.
underground. There you go. People will pay a lot of money for their dogs. Just
They
saying.
will. And we'll brand it after My Lucky Dog.
That's it.
My
I think that would be good for business, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing the
My
shirt.
Lucky Dog pet abduction service.
I think that after seeing
got
some
the
of the
brand
applicants, I think that some of them might screw that up royally. So
Oh
maybe,
my
maybe
God,
we wait
those-
until we find the right people.
No, well, I
Those
don't
make
think that's
my
happening.
day.
So good.
I don't think the right people are out there.
Welcome to the Average Nobody's podcast number 126. It's been a couple weeks. It is August 12th, 2021, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Right? Pretty crazy.
I never thought we'd see this day.
Yeah. Right.
Never thought we'd see August 12th. I always say that. I say it all the time.
Well, it seems like things could be going downhill according to everybody.
According to the news.
Yeah, I'm getting word out of my old job that shows are still getting canceled. Big shows.
I believe it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Crazy.
It's tough out there.
It is.
So We're going to get back to it. We're going to do what we normally do. We're going to do a celebrity birthdays led up by Adam. Then we're going to do a draft, the best fictional athletes, which goes well with the best fictional coaches we did a few weeks ago. And then we'll talk about what we're watching, and then we'll send you off into the oblivion.
Hopefully Lindy approves.
This will be the last podcast you ever listen to. Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. She comes out of her hole and just decides to make her like decisions on the podcast, and then she leaves. So hopefully we get her approval this time.
Hopefully we appease her.
Yes. Celebrity birthdays. Adam.
All right.
You ready?
So celebrity birthdays for August 12th. Good day.
Yeah?
Very good day. I've got 9. 9 of them.
9.
And honestly, they're all like solid ones. I did some of my best work on here. Now, Matt, I can't see you, so you two are going to have to be on the honor system with who was first.
If you're watching this on youtube.com/theaveragenobodies, then you'll see me. But the way we have to film it when I'm filming it at my house is that they can't see me on Skype. So I'll be making a caw sound when
as well. Oh, so if I raise my hand, can you see me, Matt?
Yes, I can see you. Yeah, I can see you raise your hand. So you can do that. You can also make the noise if you want.
I'm going to make the noise.
The noise actually might just be the meta going forward because we can easily hear who said it first.
True.
Right?
True.
I mean,
all right, we'll play the sound clip first.
That'll be good for Mitch once he gets back in as producer. We'll do noises. Okay. All right, Adam, take it away whenever you're ready. Celebrity birthdays.
You're not going to play the intro?
No, I don't have it. I'm going to put it in after.
All right.
It already played.
It's all right.
All right. So let's see which one I want to go first. A fan favorite character actor who seamlessly can play a good guy or a bad guy. He's trekked the stars, played a dangerous Gerald's game, and on TV been a pain for a resident from the Gilmore Girls.
Caw.
Ryan?
Shit. I know who it is.
Fuck, he's the Admiral from Star Trek.
And he's the doctor in The Resident. It's Bruce.
God damn, Ryan, if you pull this.
Shit.
Pull it.
Bruce.
You're right there. McDermott.
No, not McDermott. Fuck, I know. I can, like, picture his face.
Yep.
He's got a very memorable face, not
He does.
name.
He's actually very handsome for, like, an older man. Shit. I don't know.
I can see it. I can see it on your lips.
What's the Admiral's name in Star Trek, Adam? What's his name in Star Trek?
I forget what it is.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Pike.
I'm not...
Admiral Pike.
Admiral Pike. All right, so that's Ryan had a character name too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna split this one between you guys.
Well, Ryan got the character name first, though. I can't just throw in a character name after. I was just doing that from my own.
It's Bruce Greenwood. His name. So
you know
Ryan, I'll give you half a point.
I was stuck on Bruce Dern. I know it's not Bruce Dern, but then I couldn't stop thinking of Bruce Dern. And I'm like,
so how old is Bruce Greenwood? This guy's in everything, by the way.
Yeah.
Shit.
Great actor. The funny thing about him in The Resident is in the first season they made him the bad guy, but he's just like too likable of an actor that they had to switch it around. It's very funny.
He can play either at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, but he was like, they wanted to make him like an evil doctor. It just didn't work. So now he's just a fan favorite. I'm gonna say Bruce Greenwood is 66.
Matt?
He is 63.
Bruce Greenwood is 65.
Wow. Wow.
You know the rule. One above, one below.
Wow.
Okay. A wild card character star of one of the hottest shows of the summer. This actor's coastal shenanigans helped his friends find a Bermuda Triangle treasure.
Caw.
Whoa. That was at the same time.
Yeah, that was at the same time.
I don't know the guy's name, so Matt, if you do, you can go.
I don't watch the show. It's from Outer Banks, right?
Yes.
It's John B?
It's not John B.
It's the only person I know, so I was just shot in the dark.
Ryan.
Is it JJ from Outer Banks?
It is JJ from Outer Banks. You don't know his name?
Nah.
His name is... Okay.
No, we'll say it at the same time.
What?
I was kidding. No, I don't
Rudy,
know.
Rudy Pankow.
Yeah, that one.
Rudy Pankow. Okay.
Right. Exactly the one I was thinking of.
JJ.
How old is JJ from Outer Banks?
So this is going to be interesting.
I'll give you one hint. He's not high school age.
Okay. So I was going to say, it's like goes back to our theory of...
Netflix doesn't do high school age kids.
Right.
They're 40-year-old men.
So I'm going to say JJ... I'm going to say he's 26.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's 27.
He is 23.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen this person before in my life, so...
Outer Banks is good. You're missing out.
I hear it's good.
Season 2 is phenomenal.
But also, when I say, is it really good to people, they're like, yeah, it's good, but like they're not convinced themselves, so that leaves me hesitant. And there's so much good TV to watch that I don't know if I can stop and watch that right now.
We'll get to it in what we're watching.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This model actress has been doing much more of the latter lately. She has a good range from playing a carnival pixie, a magical enchantress, or living her life in a year.
Cara Delevingne.
It is Cara Delevingne.
Nice job.
How
That's
old
actually,
is
it's
Cara
funny
Delevingne
when you first said that model actress, I immediately thought of her.
Really?
She is who? Oh, she is. She is.
Are you guessing?
Shit. She's 30 years old.
It's Delevingne.
I don't. Did I pronounce it
Jen's
wrong?
over it. No, it's Delevingne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jen goes Delevangeline, something like that.
No.
Delevangeline Lilly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different person.
Sorry, Matt. How old did you say she was?
I said 30 years old. I think she's 30. I think that might be a little old, but 30. I'm going with 30.
Ryan?
I'm going to go with 31.
Went the wrong way, baby boy. 29.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Charlie.
Shit.
What the F?
God damn, so close. I honestly didn't think she was that old, but that was the first thing that came to mind. So
What a waste.
Okay. He's got a lot of acting credits to his name, but really only one to recognize him by. He's not in the DCEU, but he is the Flash. Savior of the universe.
yeah,
Matt.
I don't know who that
Flash
is.
Gordon.
Yeah, do you know the actor? There's no half a point for this one. You got to know his name. Because I really had no idea what else to make for him.
I don't know his name.
Okay, because he's also in Ted.
Yeah.
Right? They call him by his real name in Ted.
Oh fuck.
Tom Brady?
Eric Gordon. No. Shit. What is his name? I don't know.
It's Sam Jones.
Sam Jones. Classic. No, I don't know.
All right. How old is Flash Gordon today?
Oh God. 85.
Strong guess.
Wait, is this the original Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is 85 accurate? I don't know who this person is.
I mean, you say like it's not even in the ballpark.
I don't want to give. I can't be biased.
Yeah, don't
I
give it
wanna
away.
give Ryan
I can't even picture this guy though. I don't know who Flash
in
Gordon
Ted,
is.
He's like the old man with gray hair, and that movie came out like 10 years ago.
I haven't seen Ted. I don't even remember Ted.
I mean, unless he's one of those guys that just looks really old for his age.
All right, based off Matt's guess of 85, I'm gonna say 73.
He's 67.
Okay.
Oh shit! Oh man, but that no, come on. He looked mid 70s in Ted.
I was surprised too. I was surprised as well.
Wow.
Alrighty.
85.
All right. That was the toughest one. Actually, this one might be pretty tough too. His career isn't 6 feet under anymore, as he's navigated parenthood as a braver man whenever 911 is called.
I can picture his face. I don't know who the person is.
Say it again. Say the riddle again.
His career isn't 6 feet under anymore, as he's navigated parenthood as a braver man whenever 911 is called.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
His name is Peter Krause. He's from 6 Feet Under on HBO. He was Adam Braverman in Parenthood, and he's on that show 911 now on Fox.
Very good. The one that who narrates that show? Isn't it someone weird?
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
Luke Wilson, right? Luke Wilson narrates that show.
Does he?
Yeah. It's a
Which
show.
one?
It's
No
a show
idea.
about real life 911 calls, right? But they're like dramatized.
Dramatized? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Luke Wilson
Yes.
narrates it.
Huh.
It's weird.
Did not know that.
Well, how old is Peter Krause?
I mean,
I'm saving some of the better ones for
this guy
for
could
the end.
walk in this room right now, and punch me in the face. I wouldn't know it's him. I don't know. I'm gonna say he's.
Yeah, what if he just walked in the room?
Is this
Why
him?
did they have to punch you in the
Why
face?
did he do that?
You're
I'm gonna say he's. I don't fucking know. He's 38. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is.
Should have let me go first.
Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna say he's 52.
Oh fuck! I'm
Ooh,
way
pretty
off.
close. Peter Krause is 56.
Okay.
So not 30, not 38.
Not 38.
Oh god!
Matt,
All
off
right.
double digits back-to-back age guesses.
Fuck! I'm on.
All right,
I'm off
here's-
the rails. Remember when Adam said these are all very gettable or whatever you said? That was
Yeah,
survey says
I guess
that was
not.
a lie.
All right. With numerous voice acting credits to her name, she may not be a Hollywood big shot, but she's most known as an upstanding member of a community of misfits.
Caw.
Matt,
Is it? I mean. Oh
come on.
fuck! No, I don't know. It's someone from Community, obviously. I don't know her name though.
Caw.
There's 3 girls in the cast.
I know.
Nicole Wallace.
You got one of the names is right. All right.
Oh,
Yvette,
even Nicole Brown.
Nope, Yvette
What the
Nicole
fuck's-
Brown.
Yvette Nicole Brown. Fuck.
I'll give you a half a point on that.
Oh,
I know. I
Ryan.
can picture. I know who the actress was. I forgot her name.
How old is Yvette Nicole Brown today?
Ryan, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. She is 44.
Okay.
She's 47.
She's an even 50 today.
Ah.
Good for
Solid
her.
even 50. All right. He's hunted deer with De Niro and had a dog day afternoon with Pacino. But his most famous role is in a film with both of them. An actor with only 8 credits to his name. If you guess him, I'll kiss you because I knew it was you.
Caw.
Matt.
It's the brother in The Godfather. It's fucking Fredo.
It is Fredo. Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his real name.
Ryan? For the steal.
He's passed away, right?
He is dead.
Yeah. It's not John.
John Fredo. No, his name is no. His name is Alfredo.
John Rigatoni.
Pizza by
I
Alfredo.
think it begins with the C. His last name.
Ryan, you're sniffing it. You're there.
It's Corleone.
No, John. It's not like Cassavetes. John. I don't know. I can't. I know. I can see it, but I can't. John
All
C.
right. John Cazale.
Cazale, not Cassavetes. Okay.
Damn.
Yep. John Cazale. He is. So, Matt, I'll give you a half a point on that one.
Fredo.
Matt is just chipping away with these half a points.
half point.
How old would have old JC been today if he was still with us? I couldn't believe he's only got 8 acting credits.
That's
I'm gonna
insane.
say 69.
I'm gonna say 77.
He would have been 83 today.
Wow,
86
what the
today.
Fuck.
Wow.
86?
86.
Wait, how
He was
old
born
is-
in like the 30s.
How old is
Holy
Pacino?
shit. In the
Those
70s,
guys are in their late 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 86.
He was
I didn't
his
think he
older
was. I
brother.
didn't think he was that much older than.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys who looked in his 50s
Oh, wait,
forever.
wait.
You know, he
He's
never
the-
looked young.
He's the older brother. I said younger brother. He's the older brother, Fredo.
Fredo.
Yeah, the middle brother.
The middle brother. All right, what's next? Give us the next one. I want another.
All right,
half
so I've
point.
got two more here. A rising star in Hollywood who didn't get out but did find his way into Atlanta, even if he was a Judas.
Caw!
Ryan.
Keith Stanfield.
Yes, it is Lakeith Stanfield.
Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
That's a full point for Ryan.
That's a full score right there.
How old is Lakeith today?
I'm going to say he is... 33.
Matt?
I'm going to say he's 36.
Lakeith is an even 30 today.
Wow.
That's crazy.
All right, last one. An Academy Award-winning actor from an Academy Award-winning family, known for being in Oceans and by the Sea. He'll be gone, baby, gone once he's had a lot of black and a pack of parliaments from Duncan.
Casey Affleck.
It is Casey Affleck. How old is Casey Affleck today?
So he's younger than Ben. I'm going to say he's 45.
Okay.
I'm going to say he's 44.
He's 46.
Oh, shit.
God.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's like 3.
God damn.
Yep. Well, that's the end of Celebrity. Rudy, Kara, Keith, Bruce, John. Yep, that's everybody.
Who was it?
So
It
I
was
guess
Adam.
those weren't as easy as I thought they would be.
No, they're pretty good. A
were
lot of
good.
character names. The actor names was tough, especially since I've never seen Outer Banks. That was tough.
Yeah, a lot of Outer Banks birthdays today.
A good guess with John B, though.
Hey, I know the name. Everybody's talking about it.
Hey, that show rules.
Does it rule?
It does.
Pretty
rule.
good. I like
I
it a
don't
lot.
know. I don't know.
Well, you're an idiot.
I mean, I'm gonna
Alright.
try it. I'll watch it, and man, if
Yeah,
I'm
you will.
wrong, I will.
No, you know what, Matt? You gotta watch Titans first.
What?
Watch Titans first.
Hey, you want to know something? I tried to watch Titans, and my HBO app kept crashing. It refused. Like I tried for 20 minutes today to try to get the HBO app to work on my Apple TV, and it kept crashing. So it's a sign. I think I have to wait to watch it.
If you say so.
I mean, if it works later or tomorrow, whenever I watch it, try and watch it again. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see. All right, let's get into the draft. Here we go. Best fictional. It says best fictional athletes. Are we? This is just for movies, right?
Yes.
I thought so, yeah.
Okay. I think we should
All right,
default
so-
to that unless we make it clear that it's
Right.
also for TV shows, right?
Agreed.
So who's first?
I think it's me.
Yeah, it's Matt, Adam, me. That's the rotation this week.
Okay. So, first pick off the board for best fictional athletes. I have the pick of the litter. This feels like our fantasy draft next week. I could pick whoever I wanted. And the person I went with, I probably could have picked any of these people at the top, but I wanted to go with someone that I think that you guys probably would pick in the first round to get it off the board. But I'm going with Benny the Jet Rodriguez, who was
Good one.
he was brought up on here once before, right, Ryan? For
Yeah, I
for
think
something
so.
else?
Yes, he was.
What was it for?
It was for like characters whose life we would want,
Right. Yes. Correct.
because he just had an amazing life.
Which is a perfect setup. He had an amazing life. He is the most successful of all the Sandlot kids. He was also just like that kid in your neighborhood that was just like a god at whatever you were playing in the neighborhood. Benny the Jet.
Yep, and it seemed like it carried through to his adult life as
Correct.
well.
And stealing home, that's like getting a hole in one in golf. Like you don't steal home.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's rarefied air. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know it'd be more impressive than stealing home, Ryan.
what's that?
Stealing first.
It would be if it was the thing.
If it was a
There
thing.
comes the pitch. He's off. What the hell's going on?
Can't do this. It's not legal.
Not legal. You have to swing or something.
He thinks he's really put one over on everybody. He's standing at first base. All right.
All right.
Adam, pick
Second
two.
pick. I've got a good one here. I'm very proud of this pick. Be joining my team, Mr. Bobby Boucher from
Very
the
nice.
SCLSU Mud Dogs.
Hey, great pick.
Hell of a fictional. The guy never played organized sports in his life. Walks on to some bum team in Louisiana, wins a national championship. What a story.
He doesn't even walk on. He's forced on the team.
He's forced on. He's dragged onto the team.
Yeah. He's just an aquatic engineer.
Klein.
Yeah. Funny thing about the water boy, last weekend went to Lise and Mike's wedding. Great time. Yep. Before the wedding, I stopped over at Lindy and I stopped over at Neil's hotel room because he got a room for the night. And we walk in, and he's drinking Bud Lights on the couch, and he's watching The Waterboy. It just so happened to be on TV. I thought it was very, very on brand.
Very apropos.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, you got some back-to-backs here.
I do. So first round, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna actually, switch it up a little bit. But we're going to stick with baseball. And I'm going to go with Dottie Hinson from A League of Their Own. Just a fantastic athlete, great catcher, great teammate. Really just someone you want on your team, especially as a baseball player. She really, I feel like, keeps the team together with their alcoholic manager, Tom Hanks. Tim Hanks. But just a fantastic athlete, great baseball player, and love that Gina Davis. So I'm going to go with Dottie Hinson. My first round pick. For the first pick of the second round, I'm sticking with baseball. Going to switch genders, and I'm going to go with Willie Mays Hayes from Major League, played by Wesley Snipes. Different position, but just someone you need on your team. If you want a winning team, you need Willie Mays Hayes. He can field, he can hit, he can steal bases. So just a fantastic overall athlete.
He can not pay his taxes.
Well, he doesn't have to. Don't worry about it.
Very good, very good.
That's why you got Neil on your side. Neil takes care of it. The tax man. So I got Willie Mays Hayes, first pick of the second round.
Very good. Two great ones.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Adam,
the second round. I'm coming in hot. I'm going back to my old faithful sport, going hockey, and I am going with Gordon Bombay.
Oh, okay.
The bomb man.
Was Gordon Bombay brought up on Best Coaches?
I think he was.
I don't know. I'm sure he was. I might have picked him for Best Coaches as well.
Maybe. Sounds right.
And he was also brought up with character you'd want to be, too.
Yeah. So Gordon Bombay was, inches from making the pros. Hell of a hockey player. But people forget that when he was playing Pee Wee hockey, he scored 198 goals in the 1972 season.
Seems ridiculous.
What is that?
They play 14 games a year. They play. That's how long.
That's absurd.
14 to 20 games is how long.
So in 20 games, he scored
season
198 goals.
198 goals, and then they lose in a shootout. No way.
No
Do
way.
you have a player on your team that scores 14 to 20 goals a game, and you lose ever? That will not happen. That player is miles better than everyone else on the ice.
What is that number? That's fucking absurd.
You can't lose.
So
you could lose without a goal.
Yeah, say
in a 14-game season, it's 14 goals a game.
That's fucking absurd.
That's crazy.
That's absurd.
So Gordon Bombay, my second round pick.
Very good. Now, to end round 2 and to start round 3, I'm going to go very unorthodox in both of these.
I like
Number 1, Forrest Gump.
Oh, okay.
World-class ping pong player.
Damn you.
The greatest. He's just a great.
Great
he
pick.
also could have been like a world-class runner as well. But
yeah, great
ping
football
pong player,
too.
the greatest of all time. And then to start round 3, Joe Cooper from basketball.
From basketball, I had him on my list as well. That's a good one.
He's the greatest, the psych out king.
The psych out king.
Psych out king, Joe Cooper. Could have gone with Sir Swish as well, but I decided to go Coop instead. Joe Cooper, great movie. And what it sounds like with them getting $900 million, which is absurd.
What an obscene amount of money.
It's a quick
That's
aside.
so much money.
Yeah.
All from making a cartoon out of construction paper.
So I think what's going to happen is it's $900 million. It's 6 more seasons of South Park. That's going to come exclusive to the streaming service. And then it's 14 movies. But I think that they're probably going to do a sequel of all their movies. So that means a Basketball 2. That means more South Park movies. I bet they do a Book of Mormon movie. It's going to be nuts.
Team America.
They'll probably do
definitely
specific character movies too.
Definitely, they'll do another Team America for sure. But $900 million for people that they've been around. Who gets this type of contract except for Howard Stern when they're already at the top of their game, and they're so far into like their careers, and now they're getting $900 million. Crazy.
It's crazy. So Matt, I thought that they were in like somewhere in the teens for seasons.
No, they are, but I think it's 6 more seasons and 14 movies. I thought.
So what I had read said that it extends them to season 30.
Oh, well, what season are they on now?
I think they're somewhere in the teens.
Really? I don't know. I don't know the details of the thing. Well, after the draft, I'll look it up. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they're on season 24.
Oh, so that makes sense.
Okay.
So 6.
I was way off.
Adam, who is your next pick? Middle of round 3.
Middle of round 3, I am going back to football, and I am picking Steamin' Willie Beeman.
Very good.
Nice.
I have to take him off my list.
I do too.
From what the fuck? Why is
Any Given Sunday?
Any Given Sunday. Thank you.
The inches you need are all around you.
Steamin' Willie Beeman. That guy was electricity on the field. Electric. He was. I bet you Patrick Mahomes has modeled his game after Willie Beeman.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's like that movie's so good, and Jamie Foxx is so like believable as that character. You know what I mean? And like all the key guys on the team, they have LT on that team, but like they have the actors that play the different position players. Like you got your diva wide receiver and your maniac offensive lineman. Like the ensemble they put together for the team was perfect in that movie too. So, and then Dennis Quaid is like the grizzled veteran quarterback. Like, can you get any better than that?
Yeah,
that's one of those perfectly cast movies. It really is. Everything is perfectly cast. I love that movie.
Absolutely. Great one. All right, Ryan, finish off round 3 for us.
All right, I'm going to finish off round 3. I'm going to go into some NASCAR, I guess.
Ooh.
Technically NASCAR. With Jean Girard from Ricky Bobby.
Good one.
Played by Sacha Baron Cohen. So I was thinking of going Ricky Bobby, and maybe he will still be used by one of you two later. But I feel like the star, as far as an athlete perspective, in that movie is Jean Girard. Like he's the king, and I think he is the ultimate motivation because of how good he is, how much he's dominating the sport, and that's why Ricky Bobby eventually, pushes himself and loses his mind. But I'm gonna go. There's really 3, I guess, characters you can pick from that movie as far as good athletes, but I'm gonna go with Jean Girard to end the 3rd round, and then to start the 4th round. I'm gonna go with basketball, and I'm gonna go with character from one of my favorite movies ever, Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Ooh, good one.
Played by Ray Allen, who is like the #1 basketball player in the country. Enough said, I guess. He's just a fantastic athlete. He's a game changer. He's going to be the #1 draft pick, even though he's got all this crazy stuff going on with his family. But Jesus Shuttlesworth is going to be my first pick in the 4th round.
Nice. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Very good.
I am going to stick in the middle of the 4th round. I'm going to go. I'm not picking him for his hockey playing skills. I'm picking him for his golfing. And that is Happy Gilmore is my 4th round pick. Happy Gilmore was not a hockey player. He could not play hockey. He was very bad at hockey. Holds 2 league records, though. Most penalty minutes and the only guy to ever take his skate off and try to stab somebody. But, gets a little training from Chubbs Peterson, has a 400-yard drive, a little discipline, and what does he do? He wins the Tour Championship. I'm sure I'm sure he went on to have a Tiger Woods-like career after that. So, 4th round.
See, I don't know. I think if he did go on and keep playing golf, I think he definitely had a Tiger Woods type career. But I don't know. After he saved his grandma's house, I think that might have been
done?
I don't know. You know, he seems like the type of guy that'd be like, all right, I'm done with this. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but
maybe.
you can't deny the skill.
Can't deny the skill. The greatest. Even if he was just a, you know.
Flash in the pan.
Yeah.
All
right. My next pick's going to show me the money. That's Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire.
Oh, nice.
It's a great movie. Tom Cruise is totally over the top, but Cuba Gooding Jr. is so good in it, and Regina King is so good in it.
Yes. He won that Oscar, didn't he?
Yes.
Cuba?
I think so.
I think he did.
Supporting, right?
Yes, I believe I think he won the Oscar.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, Rod Tidwell, my 4th, and for my last pick of this here draft, I'm gonna go with where'd my fucking shit go? My list. Last one is gonna be God damn it, hold on. Vamp. I'm trying to find my list. I had it written down. Fuck you, AAA. All right. Shane Falco. God damn it.
Ooh, good one.
Hey.
Shane Falco.
You know, yesterday was the 20-year anniversary
of The Replacements?
Yeah. Or 20.
Great
no,
movie.
it can't be 20. 15 maybe? I don't know. It was some anniversary of it.
Replacements, great comedy movie, great football comedy movie. Star-studded cast, Jon Favreau, Gene Hackman, and of course, Shane Falco, who was played by, God damn it, what is his name?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. Keanu Reeves, Shane Falco. It's my last pick.
All right, so my last pick. Let's see. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, and this is sort of a. I mean, it's a triple. It's a threefer. Have you guys ever seen Slapshot?
Yeah, of
with
course.
Paul Newman. So I'm taking the Hanson brothers.
Yeah, need it.
From the Charlestown Chiefs. Jack, Jeff, and Steve Hansen. Talk about like you've got there's your 4th line right there. You got 3 brothers who'll go out there, they'll kick ass, and they'll get a couple goals for you. They'll lay it out all out on the line for you. Great locker room guys. Great guys to travel with. Those are the 3 guys you want on your team. And those are the 3 guys, it's like having, with less skill, 3 Marshaws on your team. You know, that's a guy that you hate to play against, but if they were on your team, man, you'd love them. Yeah. So the Hanson brothers from Slapshot.
Good pick.
Nice.
Ryan, round off this draft.
I have Mr. Irrelevant.
You do.
Although he will never be considered Mr. Irrelevant, both the character and the actor, I'm going to go with Big Ernie McCracken from Kingpin, played by Bill Murray, who is the foil to Woody Harrelson's Roy Munson. But really, again, similar to Jean Girard motivating Ricky Bobby with his skill, Ernie McCracken is just a fantastic bowler, all-around piece of shit guy, but a great bowler, played absolutely perfectly by Bill Murray. I'm sure everyone has seen the GIF of Bill Murray doing, everyone uses
that's a top 5 GIF.
Yeah.
Yes. To show, am I supposed to be scared? Ooh. But, for all the bravado, he is a very, very skilled bowler. So I want to keep it rounded out as far as the sports I'm picking. So I'm going to throw bowling in there. I'm going to go with Big Ernie McCracken as the final pick.
Nice.
Good one. So I've got, do you have any honorable mentions, Rye?
I have one. I might take it from you guys, but I have Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had him as well on here.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy I didn't put him higher. I wanted to go goofy with this draft, but yeah, Rocky's way up there.
The only thing is, he's not that good at boxing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not as good as Apollo Creed. He's not as good as Drago.
You just take a beating.
Right. He just is. He's a So it's tough
guy.
to say he's a great athlete. He can get his face smushed in and then eventually run a failing restaurant.
So I had Daniel LaRusso from The Karate Kid.
Yep.
Very good.
I had Doug Glatt from Lagoon. I had Isis from Bring It On, Gabrielle Union.
That's a good
one. Jackie Moon.
Her name is Isis?
Jackie Moon.
Isis is her name.
Yeah, that's Isis.
Tommy Conlon from Warrior, Tom Hardy. Yep. Great character. And Cole Trickle from Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise.
Nice. I had, it's funny you bring up, Ryan, you brought up Woody Harrelson, because I had Billy Hoyle from White Men Can't Jump.
Yep.
And my other one was Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn, which I'm surprised it didn't go, because that was a Halloween costume for you, Ryan, Halloween a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I actually had Adam cut my hair like that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that for quite a while.
Came out good, though.
It did come out really good.
It's funny how that works when you cut your actual hair. And it takes a while to
better
grow
than
back.
the haircut I gave Neil, even.
So, Adam, no Adam Banks?
No, I went with Bombay instead.
Justine, we were texting with Justine, and she's like, "Well, Adam's going Adam Banks first round." I was like, "Yeah, I could see that," and that's it. He wasn't even on the list.
Nah, if I was going Mighty Ducks, it was going to be Bombay.
It's going to be the alcoholic. It makes sense.
Speaking of the Mighty Ducks, Adam, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, he didn't. According to Mighty Ducks Game Changers, like, he's just an accountant or a lawyer, like an accountant now, or maybe a real estate agent. I don't know, some regular job. You know, at least Bombay almost made it. You know,
that's fair.
He would have made it if his knee didn't get blown out.
Yeah, it's gonna lay
and I bet you. Listen, Adam Banks wasn't scoring 14 goals a game for the Hawks.
No,
I'll tell you that
much. Speaking of the Mighty Ducks, this week I watched Dr. Death.
Tell me all about it. I need to know.
So
with
Joshua
Jackson, yeah. Right. Charlie Conway. So I had listened to the podcast, season 1 of that podcast, Dr. Death, same name. They have since spun it off into other seasons and other doctors, but I knew his backdrop. I knew what it is about. Essentially, he's a neurosurgeon, a spine surgeon, and he just fucks up his patients. And he's all fucked up in the head. He's a sociopath, and this was a real person.
Holy
fucked
shit.
Up his patients. Fucked up dozens of patients. Can't walk anymore. Are dead. Totally fucked him up. And then finally they were able to bring a case against him to remove his medical license and send him to jail for a long time. But it's a story. It's a real life story. But that whole story is not what's interesting. It's how they couldn't get this guy. Two doctors, 2 other surgeons, right along were trying to put this guy away, and they could not get him because he kept jumping from hospital to hospital, and everything he was doing was by the books. And you can't really go after a surgeon for malpractice if everything looks like it's on the up and up.
Right.
But they were able to figure ways to get him, but it's a fucking wild story, and Joshua Jackson is awesome in it. Very good in it. Christian Slater is in it as well, and he's awesome.
Whoa.
And then also, if you've watched Mr. Robot, the female FBI agent is also in it.
Oh, Dom?
Yes. She's awesome in it as well. She plays his assistant, and when he opens up his own practice, she's really good in it. It reminds me of Mr. Robot a lot in a lot of the shots and things. So I wonder if, and I haven't looked this up, but I wonder if there's any connections there, because obviously Christian Slater and Dom from, I don't know her actual name, but they're both in Mr. Robot. And then Alec Baldwin is also in it as well.
Yeah,
so a little fun piece of trivia for you is that so obviously Joshua Jackson was Charlie Conway in all 3 Mighty Ducks movies, and it was shocking that he wasn't in the show Mighty Ducks Game Changers. And I was reading with an interview with him, and he said he wanted to do it, and he was approached, but he couldn't because he was playing Dr. Death, and at the same time they were filming, and for me to go from this character to that character would not have worked.
They also
they want him to come back and be a part of the show. They had Banks and Kenny Wu and Averman.
Yeah,
and
will
Connie.
They do season 2 with him though? So
that the Derek seems to think that like he'll be a big part of season 2 as maybe a coach of a rival team.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm sure he has it somewhere in his
big-
contract too for Dr. Death that like you can't go and play this fun-loving guy at the same time. Yeah.
And the funny thing about him playing in Dr. Death, Dr. Dunch, I think is his name, Dunch. He progressively, he's an alcoholic, and so he progressively gets fatter and fatter over the course of the series. And you're like looking at him and you're like, is he getting fatter or am I just like imagining things? And then like by the time like the last episode comes, he's in like this gigantic fat suit, and he's like you could tell like so like slowly they were putting on prosthetics, and you like a little by little by little, and then eventually he's like this big fat guy.
Oh shit!
But yeah, good show. Anyway, it's on
Yeah,
Peacock.
that's definitely one I want to watch.
It's on Peacock. We just signed up for Peacock so we could watch Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yes.
So
wait, which version did you do? Like the $5 version?
Yeah,
you
the
get
cheap
both
one
of those
with the ads. Yeah.
Okay, I have to do that because
Yeah.
I need to watch those 2 shows.
Then also I saw the Suicide Squad twice.
Right.
It was fucking
Twice?
awesome. Saw it twice. I saw it in theaters with you, and then I went and saw it in IMAX.
You're an animal.
Again, because I need.
So
to
don't
see
give
an
away
IMAX.
too much. I do want to watch it because it's on HBO.
It's awesome. The one thing I'll leave you with, and we were just talking about Sly, Sylvester Stallone plays King Shark.
Yeah.
And he voices him. It's so funny. It's
very funny.
He's so good in it. It reminds me of Vin Diesel doing Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy, but he has more of a vocabulary. But he plays this like dimwit shark god, and it's so fucking good. It's so good. The whole thing is great. Idris Elba is awesome in it.
John Cena's great.
John Cena is so good, and they're doing a spin-off show with his character from that on HBO. It's already shot.
How's Joel Kinnaman? Because he's in both, right?
Rick Flag.
Yeah, he's good.
So Rick Flag's
Margot
in
Robbie
both.
is awesome.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Jai Courtney is Captain Boomerang. He's in both, and then of course Viola Davis is in both. She's the leader of the well, not the leader, but she's the director of Task Force X, which is the Suicide Squad. And so yeah, it was awesome to see him back, and Jai Courtney and Margot Robbie right now is really the star of the DC movies. Like she's the only constant. She transcended. She was in the other Suicide Squad. She had her own movie. Adam, fill me.
Yep.
What other movies was she in? She was in that.
In this one, that's it.
And this one, that's it. Only 3.
Yeah, just 3.
She doesn't show up at all in
Birds
anything
of Prey,
else.
right?
No, she's not in Batman vs Superman. She's not in Justice League. She's not in Shazam. She's not in Aquaman.
Right. I guess I'm thinking of the Joker, and I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of her scenes from the other Suicide Squad movie. But anyway,
right.
She's awesome in it. Yeah, and I liked it a lot. Obviously, I saw it twice in theaters when you can watch it for free on HBO Max, which I pay for. I also watched Moneyball for the first time ever.
What?
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, I know. It was so fucking good. I can't believe I waited this long to watch it. It was so awesome. Love Brad Pitt's character. I went down a rabbit hole of like looking up all like stories about Billy Bean and all that shit he was doing, and then come to find out that the character that Jonah Hill plays is not actually the guy's real name, but it's like he has a different name, but it's like based after that character, that person. I don't know why they decided to change his name for the movie, because they didn't do change Billy Bean's name. And also like Philip Seymour Hoffman was great, and it was just a great, and it's like so funny that I knew
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Chris Pratt too. I knew that it was written by Aaron Sorkin, but I forgot. And I'm like, this writing is so good. Like this has to be written by Aaron Sorkin, and it was. Like you can tell. It's like such an easy tell when you watch a movie that's written by the dialogue's done by Sorkin.
Well, just like the way they interact with, like when Brad Pitt's trying to have the guy play first base. And he's like, well, we'll just have him play first base. Tell him it's easy. And the guy's like, it is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
You can't just like go play first base. Just like those like interactions are, oh man, I love it. It's such a great movie.
It's crazy. It's a crazy movie. I love that it's real. I love that it's a true story, and like that 20-game win streak for the A's.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, that was a wild year in baseball.
And weird that he didn't. Is there any other backstory, Ryan, that you know that the reason why he didn't take the Red Sox job?
I don't know. I think it was more just like he had to like convince himself that like he wanted to build something from the ground up in Oakland, where because Oakland, the whole point of the A's was they didn't have the big money bankrolling like the team.
Yeah.
And I think he felt like, when he went to the Red Sox with John Henry and Tom Werner and all those guys, they were, there was no difference even now to this day between the Red Sox and the Yankees from a money perspective.
Yeah.
Because they can offer so much money to guys. And I think he felt that would like hurt his legacy, where like he's not finding these diamonds in the rough. They're just paying guys more. So he's like, I'll stay with, and to this day, I mean, Oakland isn't, no free agents go to Oakland, but they have a great farm system and they build things up, but they don't win.
He's not there anymore, right? He's not.
No, he went to the Mets, and now I think he's more of like an advisor than like the general manager.
Yeah.
So it kind of, he like got in his own way. If he went to the Red Sox, like with his mind and their bankroll, they would have been great. But then they got Theo Epstein anyway. So
yeah, right. Cool. And I also watched Dave, so I guess we can all. This is my last thing, but we can all three talk about it because we've all seen it, right?
Yes, I just watched the finale right before we started taping.
So this whole season has been essentially a step-by-step story of like how selfish Dave has been to his friends and the people around him, and then like a total like redemption arc in the last last episode. Right, the last minute, which was awesome, so good.
I loved that swerve. Like, has anybody talked to Gaeta? Is he doing okay?
Yeah.
And like, you're thinking like, and they show him crying, watching the monitor.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, oh no, he's not there. But like, you know what I mean? He's home or whatever. I was thinking the worst because that's how that show is.
I know. Me too. Like, me too. I was doing the same thing.
That was a great swerve, and just like, it's awesome that it came together for them. At the end,
I could have definitely seen them going the route of Dave actually getting surgery on stage, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely could have seen that happening.
I will say this season has kind of focused more on being serious than like just the goofy laughs. Like they take you to the brink, where you think they're going to be super serious, and then they're, then it's a dick joke or something like that. Right. But I don't know. There's something to be said for like being kind and like being a good friend as like a television trope. It's not, you don't see it in a lot of shows. Like I feel like, especially, our friend group, we definitely skew towards like the Always Sunny Seinfeld, like, yeah, we're friends, but we got to bust each other's balls all the time. But with like Dave, and especially how they built up Gator over the last, the first two seasons with his mental illness, like for Dave to have this 180 and like include him, I mean that I don't know. I like, you could not ask for a better final scene of the finale.
Yeah.
I just thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and awesome. Like the I love the episodes where Gaeta is more involved, and then like that finale I thought was perfect because he was involved just enough. You know what I mean? Not too much, not too little. It was still about Dave, but it was also about him. And like it sort of like sets things up for the next season that like, maybe they'll have a good working, maybe they'll have a working relationship now, and we'll see the them butting heads a little bit or something like that. But as far as like ride or die friends go, Gaeta is a true ride or die, loves Dave, truly believes in him, in his corner 100% of the way. And like he finally exploded and told him that, like, listen, man, I'm your guy. I do way more than you asked me to do. You're my boy. Like, and I just, and Dave says, well, you never asked me. He goes, I shouldn't have to. I'm rapping. Like,
He's like, what am I going to beg?
Right.
Yeah. I thought that whole scene where he goes to his house and like, you think that he's going to like, it's going to be like, okay, well, we've seen this before. Like he has to help Gaeta go through his like mental stuff. But it's really just Gaeta kind of like, he's taking it. You see in that episode, he's taking his meds and he's just dealing with like what the emotions he's going through. And so, he bought all that shit for the music video. And then Emma comes back. And I think the thing that flipped the switch in Dave's head was when Emma was like, he's like, hey, can you give us a minute? I just want to do this. And she's like, no, well, actually, you're interrupting us. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
interrupting you. Like, you're interrupting us. We're doing something here, which I thought was a very powerful moment for him. And I think that's what kind of sparked him to, apologize to Els and Mike.
Yeah, because then he realized like the world doesn't revolve around me.
Yeah, I have this. I'm trying to find it right now. Chad text. We were texting before about it, and he sent me this really nice, succinct message about what he felt about the end. But I can't find it. My phone died, and anyway. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, did you guys find it interesting that Mike said he wasn't gonna go on tour with them? What do you think that's about?
I think my guess is next season will like maybe it'll follow them on tour.
Yeah.
Like like the first season was about like him trying to get signed, noticed, and then he did, and then making his album, and he did, and now he's going on his first big tour. I have a feeling like the season will be about him being on tour, and maybe that actor isn't involved in the season or something.
I think he has. I think there might be a big client that he has, because he said like you need to keep your clients and your friends separate.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he gets he has a new client that he has to stay behind for.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that it would probably, if I were to guess, I think that the third season would probably be towards the end of that tour, only because they did like that little montage at the end where.
They were jumping around on different stages.
I thought that was awesome that you find out also that Gata and they have the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny. And like it kind of gives you like, I don't know if Prince and the Pauper is the right analogy, but I was talking with Chad about it too. Like it's, like they both have very different upbringings, and the things that Dave had handed to him, the little Dicky, helped him, and he kind of took it for granted, and like Gata's had to like work and hustle for everything that he does, and for them to be like almost in the same spot, coming from different background, like different work ethics and different mindset, and that I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right, like even though they rap totally differently, like the work, he said he's in his closet every day rapping.
Yeah, right, and then when Dickie
to
sees that, that was cool. That was very, very cool.
I did like, because it's very easy with Gata's character to think like how his mom thought. Like he's going through a manic episode, Yeah. All right, like it's Gata. Everything's on Gata. Like everyone else is acting fine. We gotta blame him for it. And then for Dave to kind of realize, all right, like it's not that. He's fine. Like he's clear-headed. He's fine. Like it's on me. And I think it like worked twofold too. Like it works for the show, and it also works for Dave outside of the show. Because like for your season 2 finale, you can easily just make it all about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a whole Little Dicky episode. He didn't have to split that or make Gata the hero.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gata come out.
Wrote
Gata was the first one that everybody saw.
He wrote it as Gata's the hero.
Yeah.
As Dave Bird the person. So it kind of worked especially because they're so intertwined. I mean, the show's called Dave. Like it's who he is. So I just thought that was just a great way to end the season. And the thing is, like, season 2 and season 1, it's like 2 totally different shows, but they both worked.
Yeah.
But there's continuity too, but like you could watch season 1 and season 2 and you wouldn't even know it's the same show except for the characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Just insane. So well done.
Ryan, I can run through mine pretty quick. I've got a decent amount on here, but so I've also watched Dave. I'm sorry, Matt, was that the end of your list?
Yeah, that was it. Yep, that was the last one.
So I've watched Dave. I loved it. Been watching MasterChef. Jen and I have been dying to see the next one. They haven't had a new one in a few weeks, so I've got one recorded right now. Yep. So we want to watch that. I was glued to the Olympics. Like never in my life did I think I would be standing up, screaming at my TV, watching volleyball and water polo. But I was all over it, like fist pumping, like kicking in the air. I love the Olympics. my precious Olympics.
Yeah.
I also watched The Punisher, both seasons. What a show, man. Like, you can't unsee John Bernthal as the Punisher. He was awesome. And then I don't remember Ben Barnes as Billy Russo was awesome. As your supporting character. And then that got me thinking, like, oh shit, I never watched season 3 of Daredevil. And season 3 of Daredevil whipped ass. Like, Matt, I had no idea that Bullseye was in that season.
Oh yeah.
Totally, it blew my fucking mind that he was like when they first. I forget what it was when they do that. I didn't notice until like they did the flashback episode where he's a kid and he's got the baseball cap on, and it was the on the baseball cap was the bullseye symbol. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Because like this guy's in a lot of episodes. I'm like, who is he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was awesome. You know, but the positives out of that is that I went down a deep Marvel rabbit hole, and there's hot rumors in the internet streets that Charlie Cox is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
I hope so.
As Daredevil.
I hope so.
And,
He was great. He was so good as Daredevil.
And Vincent D'Onofrio will be Wilson Fisk in the Hawkeye show.
Oh, that's pretty badass. He was awesome.
So those are some rumors.
Love that.
I also caught pieces, and she's going to enjoy this because she's sitting right next to me, of my next chick show, Bridgerton. So I've only seen pieces of it, but that show is like, it's like Gossip Girl in the olden England days. So much drama. I love it. A little head scratching that like the main dude is not going to be in season 2. Like he's the main guy of the show, and he's not going to be in season 2. I read so when they did the show,
people were mad about that.
All the actors were signed on for 1 season, and then like the show blew up, and he's the star, and he got he got a ton of deals after that, and they said that they would bring him back for $50,000 an episode. Right there, you're $50,000 an episode. Now he's doing movies with the Russo brothers, so he's done. But good show. It's a good
Reggie Jean Page.
Yes, him.
Oh, he hosted SNL. He was very good.
Right. I've got 2 episodes left of Community. Really struggling to get through this final season.
It gets pretty repetitive, right?
It does. I watched
the same jokes.
I watched Nocturnal Animals for the first time. Really good movie. Like a really cerebral movie. Like it took me. I know it was good because I thought about it for a day and a half after that. And Matt, have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I won't spoil anything for you. But all the actors in it are tremendous. It's Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, Michael Shannon are the main cast. Armie Hammer plays a small role, but it's basically about Amy Adams is this famous artist, and she's married to Armie Hammer, but she used to be married to Jake Gyllenhaal. And Jake Gyllenhaal sends her he's a writer, he sends her his manuscript, and part of the movie is her reading the book, the manuscript, and what's going on in her life, and then the other part of the movie is the visualization of the manuscript, and you can find parallels to the relationship between Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal, what happened to them in real life compared to what's happening to their characters in the book. It's really interesting, actually. So if you ever watch it, I'd love to. I'll talk with Ryan about it offline, but I have an interesting take on it, which I think is pretty accurate.
All right, man, check it out.
Highly recommend Hunt for the Wilder People on Netflix. So it's Taika Waititi. I don't know if it's his first movie, but he wrote and directed it. It's from 2018. It's set in New Zealand. It's got Dr. Alan Grant and Julian Dennison. He's the New Zealand, he played opposite 11 in Godzilla vs. Kong, that kid.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But he's much younger in this movie. And he's an orphan, and nobody wants him because he's a real pain in the ass. And, Dr. Alan Grant and his wife, mostly his wife, adopt him. And, every day he's going to run away. But he doesn't. He ends up liking it there. And then something happens where, Sam Neill is the actor's name, and the boy, they end up in the woods. And Child Services and the police think that he's been kidnapped, so they're, hunting them. But it's the two of them, they start to grow to really like each other and get along, and they become a great team. It's a comedy. It's very, very good movie. Highly recommend. I'll watch it again. I want to watch it again with Jen because I thought it was that good. Definitely a good hour 40-minute watch. and it's got that. It's a lot like Jojo Rabbit. It's like very snappy. You know what I mean? Very very smart. Smart comedy.
Cool.
What else here? Outer Banks season 2, The Suicide Squad, and last but not least, I watched the first 3 episodes of season 3 of Titans. Matt, I want you to stay up all night. I want you to stay up and skip work tomorrow. I'll pay you for work tomorrow, so you can watch all these episodes, so I can talk about them with you.
If HBO Max would cooperate with me, I could have been already 2 episodes deep by now.
HBO Max is so fickle.
It just keeps crashing. I shut the whole thing down.
Sucks.
I restarted
Terrible.
You are going to burn through these episodes so fast. It's going to be insane. It's everything that Gotham wants to be. Like the Dick Grayson character is awesome.
Yeah.
Like all the supporting characters they bring in are great. You get everybody. Eventually you get Batman. There's tons of Easter eggs. Like, Matt, just for context right now, in the first episode of season 3, there was a Carrie Kelly and a Duke Thomas reference.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
So and Tim Drake was in it. So now
what's the budget? What are we talking about? Like, is it good or is it cheesy?
Oh yeah.
All right.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay. I'm into it. Obviously, I'm into the Bat family.
It's definitely. So. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, is it CW budget?
Yes.
No, it's higher than that.
Okay.
It's a higher quality show than your Flash and your Arrow and those.
Okay. I'm in. Obviously, that's something that's right up my alley. So.
Right. So that's all I got. And Ryan, I watched. I still haven't finished Outer Banks season 2, so I'll let you take it from there from Outer Banks.
All right. So for anyone listening, this is going to be spoilers for the entire season 2 of Outer Banks. I was kidding. So I've watched Outer Banks season 2, the whole season.
You watched it all?
Yeah, I watched it all. We watched 7 episodes in one night. So
holy shit.
Yeah. So I'll save my comments on that for another time until you're done. Watch Dave. Caught up on Dave, right? Watched the finale right before this podcast. Love it. So this is way back, like actually right after we finished the last episode. I finished the Fear Street trilogy.
What'd you think?
Loved it. I thought it was really, really good.
Right?
So the third one was Fear Street 1666.
Yep.
But it was cool because it was like half 1666, half like a sequel to the first
94,
one, which was which is 94. Great. Just like a great trilogy, like a lot of fun, but like very smart. Like it wasn't like foolish fun stuff. Like you had to pay attention, and if you paid attention, it rewarded you with like the character development. I love how they use the actors and actresses in different roles throughout the trilogy. Matt, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it.
I have it on my watch list.
It's really good.
I know I was sort of like on the fence about 94 when I first watched it, but then after I watched the whole thing, I like sort of saw that 94 was cheesy in the way that it was, because it's a 90s slasher movie. Yeah. And then 80s in 1986 or whatever that one was, that was like an 80s camp, movie, like a summer camp movie.
It was supposed to be like campy.
Right, and then 66, the first half was more in the vein of like The Witch. Matt, I don't know if you've seen that, Ryan, but it's more like The Witch, Robert you're a witch. No, you're a witch. This is cursed. That's cursed. All that shit. Everybody blaming stupid things for their problems. But yeah, sorry, Ryan. I really enjoyed all 3 of them.
Yeah, well. I thought it was great. Highly recommend to anyone. And like it's horror, but it's not like, if you're not a horror fan, it won't turn you. You can still enjoy it, because I don't like straight up horror sometimes, but I thought this was just very well done. So great trilogy if you want to watch it on Netflix. Finish Gilmore, which I just fucking love. It's such a good show. I'm so mad that I can't talk about it with anyone. So Gilmore is my Titans to you, Adam.
Right.
There's no one I can talk to about it. It is just so good. Salvatore Esposito, who is the only actor that maybe anyone would know. He played Gaetano in the newest season of Fargo.
Yeah.
Like the big brother. He plays Gennaro Savastano, which I like constantly say to Lenny, and she just gets a kick out of it.
What is
So
it?
Gennaro Savastano. So Salvatore Esposito is the actor, and his character is Gennaro. And season 4 is kind of all about like his internal struggle of he wants to go legitimate, and he wants to open up this secondary airport in Naples. So he and like his wife, he has a young son, so they can kind of have legitimate money. It's not all mob money. It's not drug money. And it's this internal struggle of him doing that, and like the street life is just tearing at him. And he's such a good actor, and it's so well written, and the soundtrack is so good that like you're watching this almost like Tony Soprano like internal struggle of this guy who wants to be legitimate but like can't. It's just like he was bred to be
Sort of like Jax
in
Teller.
the mafia. If like Jack Teller, but like better,
So I've
Not
got.
as insane.
I don't know if you. I'm sure. Do you know this exists? There's a movie on HBO Max called The Immortal.
Yeah, so it's a spin-off. So the Immortal is about a character who was in like the first 3 seasons, Ciro.
Oh, okay.
And Ciro was Gennaro's like mentor,
Okay.
because like when the series starts, Gennaro's dad runs everything, and then Ciro is like his lieutenant, and Ciro brings up Gennaro, like shows him the ropes and all this stuff. So I'm gonna watch The Immortal soon. It's so well done. I mean, you do have to, it's all in Italian, so you have to get past the subtitles.
No, I don't mind the subtitles. Just like I
No,
need to
not
pay
you,
attention.
just in-
I can't be.
Well, just in general, like it's not as easy as just like listening. You have
Right.
to because but it's so well written. Like the dialogue is really good, and the obviously the stuff they're saying is important, so you can't kind of watch it in passing. Like you do have to pay
Right.
attention. It's a lot. That's why watch season 4. It took me a while. It took me a couple months, because you can't just watch it and like leave the room and go, and I'm like, what the hell are they say? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand Italian.
So does that mean you're gonna watch 000 next?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to finish Gilmore first, so I'm going to move on to 000 this weekend. So by the
Okay.
next podcast, I'll probably have finished it, but we'll see.
All right.
Then let's see. So I'm going to try to stick with like shows or movies. So I watched Jungle Cruise with The Rock
Yeah.
and Emily. It was great.
Really?
I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. It was like it was just like a really fun movie. I have nothing bad to say about it. The Rock was perfect role for The Rock. Like back to like original Jumanji Rock, not Jumanji 2, where he had a terrible
Yeah, I
Italian
heard
accent.
Jumanji 2 was bad.
Sucked. I don't know why they did it the way they did it, but he played a great role. He was perfect in it. Emily Blunt was lovely. Jesse Plemons is in it, and he like obviously steals the movie, so he's the villain. Jesse Plemons is the main villain in it.
Such a good villain.
He's just such a good actor.
He's such a good villain.
So he plays this like German. So it takes place in like during World War II. So he plays this like German. I don't know if he's like a commander or if he's in the German army, but it's very like lighthearted and it's fun. It was just a really. I would highly recommend it. It's just like a fun 2-hour movie. Really good. It's on Disney Plus. You have to pay for it, so I like illegally streamed it. Wink, wink.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. I also watched Spiral, which is the new Saw.
Yeah, how was that?
It was okay. I
don't think you've convinced yourself of that.
I don't understand why Chris Rock is giving himself these roles where he needs to play like a serious person. He's not good. He wasn't good in Fargo. He's not good in Spiral.
He's hard to take seriously.
He's not convincing. He's not a convincing, like, serious person. In Spiral, he plays a cop. He plays a detective with like this haunted past, and all this stuff's happening, and the killer's targeting him, and it's just But I will say, from like a Saw perspective, it was pretty good.
How does it fit into the Saw story?
So I don't want to give too much away just in case you want to watch it, but it's kind of like a Jigsaw copycat type thing.
Okay.
So there's this person who is targeting policemen.
So did all the events of Saw already happen?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So Jigsaw is like a thing.
Yeah.
So this person is targeting policemen and killing policemen in like a very Saw-like fashion, or very Jigsaw-like fashion. And it comes to find out that like all the the police that are getting killed are corrupt for one reason or another. Samuel L. Jackson's in it. He plays Chris Rock's dad.
What?
Yeah. Not a spoiler.
I didn't know if I knew that.
He plays a very big role. Like it's not. I guess it's a spoiler because I didn't know going in, but it's a big role. It's not like a secret. And the acting is just terrible. Samuel L. Jackson's absolutely horrible in it. He's just like the acting is very bad. You can tell they're mailing it in.
Yeah, he mailed it in.
But like the Saw parts, it's very creative. All the like how they capture them and how they want to kill them and stuff. So if you like that part of the Saw movies, it's worth watching. You just need to know going in, the acting is very poor.
Yikes.
Yeah. Also watched the Olympics. Loved it.
Love it.
I had a bunch of stuff on it, but I don't want to get too far into it. It's over. So, but I loved that. I mean, we watched it every single night. Loved the synchronized diving. Loved the swimming.
Yes.
Indoor.
Who won
beach
synchronized
volleyball.
diving? Was it the Chinese?
Oh my God.
They dominate.
They dominate, but I will say that they were 14 and 15 years old. They couldn't have been more than 50 pounds. And they're going into the water, and the commentator's like, oh, look at that, no splash. Yeah, no shit, no splash. Like, if I threw my leg into the water, it wouldn't make a splash. And then you have, like, the Australian, who's like a normal-sized woman going in. It's like, oh, bigger splash. Well, yeah, she's not like this tiny little child.
Right.
So that part I didn't understand, but the Chinese women dominated the diving. But I forgot the British guy's name, Tom something. But he won for the men's synchronized diving. And it's funny, so he would be in all the events and he knits, like when he's nervous. So he would just be like, they'd show him in the stands, he'd just be knitting, and he knits like dog sweaters and stuff. This is adorable.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Olympics, loved it. It was great for, like, I think it was almost on for like a month or a couple weeks, but I really enjoyed that. And then I also watched a couple documentaries. So the first one, I don't know why I do this myself, but I watched the documentary on Anthony Bourdain, Roadrunner, that came out. It was extremely sad.
Yeah.
Very, very, very sad. But it was cool, I love Bourdain. I love No Reservations. I love Parts Unknown. But it was cool to kind of see a different side of him, because you really only know him from the shows.
Right.
But they just had all these really, really good in-depth interviews with a lot of his friends, a lot of the people that did the show with him, like chefs, but also like his producers, his directors, his the writers, all people who were with him all the time. And they kind of talked about how, because he was a recovering heroin addict, like before the show ever got in. Like he was a chef, he was a heroin addict, then he wrote a book like exposing the restaurant industry, and then from that writing they wanted to give him a TV show. So they were talking to one of the guys. His name's David Choey, and he said, I talked to Bourdain, and you're the only person I've ever known who's like kicked a heroin habit cold turkey. And Bourdain's like, yeah, I don't know how I did it. And he's like, now after everything that happened, when he committed suicide, he's like, I realized he never got over the addiction.
Yeah.
He jumped it. So he went from a heroin addiction to like an addiction to like travel and wanting to like open up the world to people. That's a positive addiction. But there was always that chance that it could jump to another negative addiction. And it just kind of like chronicled his like rise and then eventual, unfortunate like fall. It was extremely well done, but it was very, very sad, and I was very sad after watching it. So probably won't watch that again. And then to wrap up, Matt, this is something I think that would very much interest you.
Tell me.
I watched a documentary. It's on Hulu, and it's called 78/52.
Okay.
And it is a documentary that takes like a super in-depth look at the shower scene from Psycho.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
And it's called 78/52 because I guess for that one scene, there were 78 different setups and 52 different cuts. in that one
Wow.
scene.
Huh. Okay.
And it's really cool. It has like Gilmore del Toro's in it. All these like different directors and writers and producers are in it, and they just go in depth on the scene, and then they expand to the rest of the movie and just show like how Hitchcock set everything up and all this stuff. It was fascinating. It was so cool. Highly recommend it, especially if you're like a film geek and want to like learn about how the master did his work.
I'll definitely watch that. That sounds
it was
awesome.
so cool.
That
I will
sounds
say,
really cool.
I watched it right before bed, and I had a dream that I was at the beach, and this grotesque, horrifying sea monster was eating everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
So maybe don't watch it right before bed. It'll mess up. But it's on Hulu. It was awesome. Just like a really cool, like introspective on how he set everything up and how he filmed the scene, and which I didn't even realize. I've seen Psycho, but not obviously haven't like dove in depth on it. But like the knife never touches like the body.
Yeah.
In Psycho because there's so many cuts.
Yeah.
So he keeps like jump cutting.
Yeah. The stabs.
But it's like when you think of Psycho, you're like, oh my god, it's this horrifying.
Yeah.
He's, stabbing all this stuff, but he just keeps cutting, and then he cuts to the shower drain, and then he cuts the. He's
really
the
master of perspective.
He is.
The way he shot it, he was one of those guys who saw. He jumped the craft so far after he made his movies, just because of the way that he saw things, and the way he used camera angles and things like that. It totally changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It's on Hulu. It's like an hour and a half, but it was awesome.
That. That sounds awesome.
Very cool. Yeah. That's it.
Interesting.
Very good.
Good find.
Thank you.
Is that it, guys? Anything else you want to add?
That's all I got.
Adam, I'm going to try Titans again. And see if I can watch it. If not, it's out of my hands. The gods don't want me to watch it. I know.
Need you to do it.
I know.
I will say half the reason it took me so long to watch Gomorrah is like a night like tonight. I'm like, all right, I'll go watch an episode of Gomorrah, and HBO Max lets me down.
No.
Really? I don't have any problems with it.
I don't know what it is.
Nice.
Maybe it's the Apple TV app and needs an update or something. Something's crashing on it, but it just
But see, I have it on Roku, so I think it's the app itself.
It just says there was a problem, right? It'll just be randomly. It'll pop up. There's an issue or something.
So mine I can like log in and I'll click on the show and then it'll just keep spinning.
Huh.
And I'll go out and try again. Keep spinning, and it's like, all right, look.
I will report back. How long are the episodes, Adam?
All sub an hour.
I'll be in and out
I think all 3 episodes of season 3 are like around 40 minutes.
If I really like it, you'll be shocked at how fast I watch it.
Oh,
you will.
All right.
You will.
All right, that's it. Average Nobody's Podcast, number 126, August 12th, 2021. We're going to get out of here. We'll talk to you. Oh, AverageNobodies.com, YouTube.com/TheAverageNobodies, @AverageNobodies on Twitter, and wherever podcasts are found. See you guys later.
Bye. Caw.
Bye.